me talk to you.
Welcome back, guys, to Dad and Son Wrestling Reviews. I'm Son on that side.
Hello.
And today we're going to be reviewing Dynamite.
Before we get started, though, as always in our videos, we're going to do a shout out to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, through whose sacrifice all things are possible. If you don't know the word of Jesus yet, or have not been saved, as we like to say, if you've not accepted him as your Lord and Savior, we'll leave a link in the description to our church family, The Rocks. Plenty of content there for you to check out, and you can explore this term that we call reborn or saved for yourself, and come to Jesus. He calls all of us to go out into the world and disciple and bring all people to his nation. So it just be criminal of us not to tell you the good word of the gospel, and that Jesus saved us. He saved you. He came here to do that and bring us back into relationship with God, all as loved sons and daughters of the King of the universe. Check it out for yourself, or reach out through the comments, and we can help direct you to a good place to learn the gospel. And then also a shout out to Taurus BJJ. Thanks to Luke, Nikki, Elise, and the rest of the crew down there, Ross, etc., for giving us a place to call home when it comes to jiu-jitsu, and for helping build strong bonds and continue to grow us as people, and make us better as men. Thank you very much. Now on to Dynamite. Quite the episode. Fair bit to get through. Show starts with an MJF Kevin Knight recap of the previous week, when MJF was going off about losing his title and how unfair it was. And that leads straight into the TNT title belt match. How would you rate this one, big guy?
6-7.
6-7. These two can go. I'd love to see these two in a pay-per-view match. The dynamic was great. They worked off each other awesomely. MJF did his stuff with the crowd. The crowd was hot. Brought them all in. They wanted to see this. They're right behind everything. The live crowds for AEW are extremely loud and alive at the moment. Very big contrast to what we're getting in WWE, unfortunately. But we've seen all the things that WWE have done recently to try and correct that process, bringing people up from NXT, etc. So I expect some big crowd differences with that product too, moving forward, especially with guys like Trick and Oba and stuff like that, getting that energy back in the house. Stuff that was lost through a few injuries and poor creative. So hopefully that improves there. But AEW is red hot at the moment when it comes to Dynamite and the live crowd. It'd be
And Collision.
Yeah, it's just you just see it's a great show to be at. So the live crowd reacts to that, and that comes across in the TV show when we watch it at the moment, doesn't it? So they're doing the right things in terms of getting that crowd ignited in house, and that comes across on the TV. Whether you think creatively some of these storylines are great or not, when the crowd on the television's into it and makes it feel important, you watching it at home think it's important too. And this match felt important, didn't it?
Yeah.
Who won?
Kevin Knight.
Yeah,
It's
Kevin.
actually surprising.
Yeah, MJF tried his antics, brought the title in, gets the title taken off, reaches into his pants, gets the diamond ring.
Darby Allin comes out. Is that after?
That's after. So as he's doing the ring, Kevin Knight low blows him. So everyone's using his own sort of shtick against him at the moment. So I think this is leading to something, because it wouldn't be low blow in these major matches to lose. So I think there's a theme here. I think he's gonna maybe goes on a quest to find himself type thing. Like, hey, what I did before didn't work. Maybe we get a babyface turn or something like that. I'm just thinking there's a reason. It's 2 weeks, two title matches in a row that he loses with a low blow, which is his usual move, along with the diamond ring, to get the big W. So it's just an interesting thing, whether it's an Easter egg or it's just the way they've done it in the matches or whatever as a comeuppance. we'll soon see in the coming weeks. He wins. Yeah, Kevin Knight wins with a roll up off that, and then we get a nice little beat down by MJF because he's not happy. Darby Allin comes down like Sting in the old days from the rafters, which I thought was a nice touch, considering
He
he's using his submission holds and his finisher.
and he used and he did it when he came back at ALLIN.
Yeah, yeah, which was a massive feat because it's quite a big stadium to do that in.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, Darby Allin's crazy. So comes for the save. MJF is on the ramp, demanding his match back. His rematch. Darby Allin says no. That leads to Brody King's music hitting and cutting things off. Brody comes through for a big. He gets a big pop in this particular arena.
But before Darby Allin said there's one person I might give a title shot to, Kevin Nash.
Yes, that is correct. My apologies. He says Kevin Knight's earned it, so that's going to be the match next week if he gets past Brody King. Like I said before in the last Dynamite review, I think this is the storyline where Darby Allin can't help himself because of who he is. He's going to have match after match after match on Dynamites, and then some heel is going to pick the bones at the end of it. So whether that's MJF or a Samoa Joe or a Swerve Strickland, and that ends up maybe happening
Wait,
at Double or Nothing or Forbidden Door.
maybe it's John Moxley. Then you have John Moxley versus Will Ospreay, ALLIN.
Ooh, ooh, I don't mind that. That's a big one. So
And have it like a stipulation, like ladder match or something.
yeah, yeah. There's ways you can go with it. For some reason, I just don't see Darby in the main event at All In. So I don't know if he holds that far. Even though Darby, because I think Will Ospreay's in it. You can't have Will Ospreay not in the biggest match on the biggest show at Wembley. You put him in there, you get another 5,000-10,000 tickets because they want to see that big moment for their hometown boy. Um, And I don't know if babyface versus babyface is the right way to go with that one. I think you have to have a heel, and I think it's either MJF or it's Moxley. The heels that people really want to boo.
But it was like 2 years ago I had two babyface because I had Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland.
Yeah, I guess, and they did have Adam Cole and MJF when they were both babyface, best friend type thing, and it worked. So they can make it work, but I just don't know if we get that with Will Ospreay's big moment. So yeah. So Brody King comes out, pretty much says, he is going to be champion, and that kind of cuts off MJF. MJF skulks off to the back.
And you have like him whining and whinging.
Yeah,
And then you have Brody King saying that Kevin Nash that he will win, and then he will reverse Kevin.
yeah.
So
So yeah. So it's a fast start to Dynamite because you had the big match, and then you got your title contender and all that out there. You got your babyface champ. So it's gone a million miles an hour at this point. Then you get a hype video for Darby Allin and all the crazy things he does. Like it showed him out with some extreme buggying and dirt biking stuff, with the title wrapped on him doing stunts and stuff like that. So it just shows how crazy he is. We then go into a cope and cage backstage segment. Pretty much going on about how they got the all quit match, the I quit match, Double or Nothing against FTR, and that they don't quit, even though Cage quit in the match and their I quit match. So he tries to remind him, and he's like, I've never quit, and storms off type thing, being the a hole character that he loves to play at the moment.
and then Pope says, well, he's our hole.
Yeah. So they're definitely keeping that one going. They're not trying to change Christian in any way. They're just trying to, they've got a common enemy, want to win that title again type thing, and FTR's that common enemy, and it works. It's working at the moment. The crowd's hot for it. Then we had the Brawling Birds squash some local talent. Not really anything to it. Nothing to write home. We got two women's matches on Dynamite, so that's I don't know if
That's a win.
that's a win for the women at Dynamite. I know they get a lot of matches on Collision, but they don't get a lot of matches on Dynamite, which is the premier show. So
It's
take
one
it,
for them.
got to take it. You know what I mean? If we get more than one women's match on the card,
It's a win for them.
it's a win
More
for them.
money.
Yeah. We then had a Tekla promo fight straight after, pretty much calling them stupid B words. Um, she's
Did
doing well in
she-
this role. She's doing well in this role, and I think she's going to go for a long run. I'm not sure who takes it off her at the moment. I think she goes through Windsor and Jamie Hayter again.
I think it's you have Monet win, beat her at like double or nothing, and then you have the Tony Storm and Monet again.
Yeah,
Then you
depends.
have Tony Storm coming back as a heel.
It all depends if Tony Storm's healthy or not. They haven't really disclosed what her injury is.
Yeah.
Not that I've said anything. Some
And-
people are saying it's a long term type thing, so we'll have to wait. Could be, I don't know, the way things were with her. Maybe a neck or a concussion, because I didn't see any major bad bumps that would make you think like knees or something, or lower back. So
Or
could be
maybe
a degenerative injury that wrestlers get, like a neck or a concussion type thing.
maybe Tony Storm comes back at like before ALLIN, and then it actually shows who actually did it.
Yeah, true. I think it's still Mina. I think Mia Cow was the one that does it, and that's a heel turn for later on. We then moved into Okada versus Ace Austin. How would you rate this one?
6-7.
Yeah,
This one's good.
Yeah, Okada's great at just letting other wrestlers feature themselves, get their moves in. There's this spot where he goes to kick him on the ring apron, and Austin goes into a one-handed handstand to avoid it, and even Okada turned around and clapped him. He was amazed by it, so he was just like clapping him in a sarcastic manner,
And then he
went back.
kicked him.
Yeah, and then went back to work beating on him. Great match. Ace Austin looked great. Kind of gets the win, doing his usual thing. Gets through the baby faces offense, takes every single one of them, and then still comes back with the rainmaker and wins. Didn't really have to cheat in this one. I don't think it was.
Except for like, I think he hit him with something, but I can't remember.
Nah. He did have, he tries to do distracting things and stuff like that, but
Yeah,
no,
like
no,
try
no.
to do low blow.
Yeah, nothing crazy happens. Gets the win, and then Takeshita is out for a stare down at the end after Davis and him do a little bit of a beat down on Ace Austin before um, Juice Robinson pulls him out and saves him. So quite a good match. Still betting on the Takeshita bit for double or nothing. So that's a massive match. I think it's the beginning of some people splitting from the Don Callis family. You need to separate some of the numbers there. There's about 40 of them. We then had we then had FTR ringside for the Cage Cope Roppongi Vice match. Stokely was the one on commentary. The other two were just doing their shtick, hanging around, swearing at the crowd, getting people revved up. They're in hot form, FTR at the moment. Probably the best tag team in there in terms of complete package at the moment. I still think Young Bucks ring works better than theirs at the moment. But in terms of the ring, full work with promo, crowd work, just all the little pieces are in place for them at the moment, especially with Stokely there. Cage and Cope are obviously still there as well. Ring work wise, they're a step behind the other two. But
they're
close to
still
50
the
years of age,
greatest.
or above 50 years of age. So
They're probably still the greatest of their generation.
Yeah, they still make it work, and they can still go. There's nothing wrong with them. They're still bat when you compare them to the Young Bucks and the FTR when they get to that other level. They don't have that other level at the moment.
Yeah, definitely at Revolution.
Yeah.
That was still like.
Yeah, crazy. Great match. FTR try to get involved. The combination come out, and for whatever reason they come for the save.
It was like, think there was something on Collision, like FTR attacked him. So
yeah, so they had popcorn in the crowd, throw the popcorn on them, beat them up, run them out of the place.
It's funny that you just see like a person like that, and they're like,
yeah,
and then you see orange hair and a blue jacket.
Yeah.
Then you see sunglasses and a shirt that had a face on it.
Yeah,
Then
so but
see.
it was good stuff.
Mm,
Which actually leads to a trios match at the next collision.
but
Those three,
it's with Tommaso Ciampa.
yeah, Tommaso Ciampa. But you
And
find that out after the match. You then, yeah, Cope and Cage get the win. It was a competitive match, considering I kind of thought they were going to squash them. I thought it was going to be a quick television match, but
But they
some
mostly
good
had
near
the
falls.
offense on Page.
Yeah, they beat. They attacked the wrist injury that Cage allegedly has. He doesn't, but yeah. So that helped them get into the
Mm,
thing. Yeah, great match. Roppongi Vice got a lot of offense in, got to look good as well. They're a highly regarded tag team from New Japan. Haven't really hit those heights in AEW or Ring of Honor, of course, but they kind of got more backstage roles, these two, so they just like to fill in spots and help build the other teams.
the Don Callis, all these like big stars that they used to have, and when they put them with someone else, they just go down.
Mm,
Like,
yeah. But yeah, great match. They did a spot at the end where they kick off the metal part of the chair, put it in the mouth, the crossface, like Cope likes to do. Um,
wait,
they then
bef-
force Trent Beretta to quit on the
and
mic.
then Cage says, "I didn't ask you to quit, B."
Mm. He goes, oh, I'd never quit, and then drops the mic after the B word. But he has quit. He quit against Edge. So yeah,
But before that, there was a Swerve Strickland hype video with Bandito.
yeah, that was out of nowhere.
I
So
think there's some things on because of Brody King match,
oh, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah.
probably.
Then we then had a Jericho backstage segment.
But before that, well, after the Swerve Strickland, there's a Will and the Death Riders thing. Will Wasper and the Death Riders thing.
There is two. Um, yeah, Will Ospreay comes in to see the Death Riders training in like a tunnel hallway pipe. John Moxley gives him this speech about letting things go. If they're going to do this, they're going to dedicate themselves the whole way. Still don't really get it. I think Moxley is trying to build Ospreay back up because of the neck injury and stuff. Um, so whether we get the payoff between them two after this or not, I'm not sure. But it's one of those things. It's quite early, so I'm not going to judge it until it starts to really move. So we'll see where it goes from here. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But totally different direction than I thought this stuff was going to go. Then we had the Jericho backstage segment after the match. He just gets beat down by Ricochet in the demand.
And then Ricochet looks like he's gonna do a Rico salt.
Yeah.
But then he lands on his thing and went,
Yeah. So continuing on with that. I don't know who comes in to help him permanently because obviously he
because that he had the
had
Hurt
Syndicate,
Syndicate.
but I don't think they'll continue on. Obviously, that's just a business deal. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna get a Jericho faction. Just don't know who it is at this moment.
Maybe you have Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, that could be something if he wants to pull away from Roosh and all that on Ring of Honor. We then
Or
had the women's tag team title match. How would you rate this one, mate?
6-7.
Yeah, they worked hard. This was a good match. Two former world champions and the tag team, the tag team champs were the big bad Amazonian women that beat everyone up. A couple of botched sequences between Megan Bain and Sheeta. Just put that down to some miscommunication. Sheeta's been out a long time. Bain was trying to do like a fall away slam, just didn't go over the top properly. Looked a bit
Botchy.
yeah, a bit of a botch. And then the next like sort of like 2-3 moves before was them trying to get their feet again a little bit, trying to get things back on track. And then they did, and they hit each other hard. It was a great match.
And then there was a funny bit when like Megan Ben was in the corner, and then Sheeta kicked Chris Statlander, then grabbed a suplexed her onto the turnbuckles. And I thought it was like a betrayal, like, whoa, Mina was right.
Mm.
And
Yeah, she used her as she kicked her in the gut, suplexed her into Megan Bain as a move, as a teammate. But yeah, bit
that's
out of nowhere.
funny.
Could have been a betrayal moment, but well, yeah, it was a nice little touch. It was something
It'd be
different.
funny if it was a betray
Yeah.
moment.
Take champs, stay champs. But if great match. Looked at two women's matches on a Dynamite. Can't complain for the women. It's a good spot for them. Tag team titles.
But they were both tag
Still
team
being
matches.
Are still still being used in a good way. Still being elevated quite well. I think the Brawling Birds, after they're done with Tekla, are the ones that come in and take on these two again. These two next. So we'll see where we go after that. We then had MJF Andrade sitting at the back. Andrade was just egging him on. It was riling MJF up, and then um, Don Callis, clears the air with him, stops the argument. Not much to it. I think we do get Andrade versus MJF at some stage.
Yeah, that would be a good.
Maybe it's when it's MJF gets the title back. I don't see him staying away from the title too long. I think he gets it. That's just my opinion. I think he gets it, and I think he's in the main event at All In against Will Ospreay.
I think he gets
Maybe around Forbidden Door or something. He gets it back. I don't know.
No, I think he gets something else like Continental. Him versus John Moxley.
It's against his character to go through the Continental Classic though. So
No, but not the Continental Classic. Get into a eliminator match, then beat John Moxley. Then that'll be
okay.
a big push up
Yeah, fair enough.
because they've actually never versed each other except for when he won the title first.
We then had a Roosh match. It was just a squash match. Crowd was hot for him. Got to do all his, you get the horns promo at the end. They're keeping him relevant. He's going to be next for something. So they're just getting him some wins on TV. I'm not sure whereabouts that next is. We then had an Ops promo. You find out that Anthony Bowens is in the Ops properly now. The stuff with him splitting him away from Max Caster was the wrong idea, and
Yeah, I think
and
it's
neither of
pretty
them are
good.
really gone anywhere since. So maybe this is them trying to repair that, and we'll see where we go from there.
Maybe you have him with you figure out Matt Caster is in the Ops because he says he's the best wrestler.
Yeah, if you can put them together in the Ops back as a tag team, they're like the Acclaimed, and they can insult people with their raps again, and they get on the same page. I'd be for it.
I know,
I
but
don't think the Acclaim should have ever been split. I think they were great for whatever reasons. If it was them or
they're
creative,
actually getting really annoyed
yeah,
at
who
each other,
knows.
maybe.
We then had the FTR promo. Just sort of that was where they established the trios match to happen on Collision against the Conglomeration. So yeah, not much there. Ciampa gets introduced, eats a bit of popcorn out of Stokely's beard. Stokely's a little bit like, oh, that's a bit weird.
And
But
then he goes, yummy.
yeah, so that was a nice little touch, because he's a psychopath type thing.
Yeah.
And then we got the main event. How would you rate the main event, mate?
6-7.
These two try to kill each other. Yeah. Some
If
of
you
the
know they're best friends, just kill each other.
yeah, just move after move, just running through things, running through each other. Table spot.
But the tables didn't break. The table
Yeah.
didn't break.
What else?
Concrete.
Yeah, concrete. It was like a power bomb into the concrete with a
Coffin drop.
coffin drop to the outside.
And
There
then
was
another coffin drop in the
that was the
ring.
winning sequence, but that was following Brody King going through the LED barrier and all that. So they went after each other. They were just chopping and slamming and carrying on. It was crazy.
Each other.
Yeah, just he was throwing Darby Allin around like it was nothing.
But
Darby gets the win. The underdog that gets his way back, does anything to win. Shake hands at the end. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
But Tommaso Ciampa versus Darby Allin was way better.
Yeah, that was better. Fair enough. Yeah, and then he just stands tall watching Kevin Knight was watching from the crowd. So it's kind of that back shot where he's on the turnbuckle watching out to Kevin Knight, and Kevin Knight's just shaking in approval, like, oh my god, this is going to be massive. What a champion type thing.
And then you have a cut.
Yep, and then the
Show ended.
Show ended. So yeah, Dynamite's very easy to get through, very entertaining at the moment. Stark contrast to SmackDown. Raw's hit and miss at the moment, but if this Obafemi stuff and the Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker stuff heats up, I think Raw will be great to watch again. But thank you very much, everyone. God bless you all.
Joe Henry stuff.
Yeah, so they're improving their creative WWE, but at the moment, Dynamite's the best television wrestling show to watch at the moment, as far as I'm concerned. Would you say the same?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but Raw's not bad. But with all these new additions, I think Raw could really start to match Dynamite. Who knows? We'll have to see. So, God bless you all. Anything from you, big guy?
Mwah. Bang.
Out of time, so say goodbye.